Alright guys, what's up? What makes home prices go up and down? Let me talk about this shit right now. First, I want to go into supply and demand. Bro, damn near anything breaks down to supply and demand. Anything investment related, bro. Let me explain this shit. The more supply, lower demand. More demand, lower supply. That's it. That's very simple terms. Different instances can depend. Let me break it down. So if there's a large demand for jobs in the area, the supply for homes is going to go down because everyone's going to start getting all the homes in the area, if that makes sense. Or vice versa. If there's a influx of homes with a low demand for them, nobody's gonna buy the fucking homes. Like if the city just built too many homes and there's not enough jobs or just enough people in the area to support it or enough people moving in, there's just gonna be a bunch of fuck ton of empty homes, bro. That's just how it works. Supply and demand. Now that we've broken that down, I'm gonna go into interest rates. When the Federal Reserve sets the federal funds rate, which is basically like the rate that the banks base their loan process of like how much interest they charge for giving out a loan for a home, when they lower rates, the banks also lower the rates too, meaning it is cheaper to buy a home if there's a lower interest rate. I'll break down what an interest rate is in a loan very briefly. It's basically when you get a loan for something from a bank, the bank charges a small amount of interest, which is basically extra money that you have to pay in order to get this loan, because they're not going to just give you this lump sum of money for free just to make no money off it. You get what I'm saying? So if you bought a home for $1 million with a 10% interest rate, that means there's an extra $100,000 you'd have to pay off towards this home. When buying a home, you generally have to pay off the interest first and then you start getting equity in the home. So let's just say your monthly payments on this mortgage, which is the home loan, are $2,500 a month. You'd have to pay those $2,500 a month off until you'd get to 100K. After you get past that 100K, then every payment made past that 100K, you'd own interest in that home. When interest rates lower, meaning that the Fed interest rate, which right now is at 3.5%, and banks charge somewhere in the range of like 6 or 7%. No funny shit. Don't do that, bro. Please. We're adults here, gang. When they're lower, more people are willing to buy because they have to pay off less money. So the prices of the homes go up. When the rates are higher, meaning that there's more interest to be paid towards the homes, meaning that less people are incentivized to buy the homes because there's more interest on the loan, that might make the price go down because the sellers of the homes want to entice people to buy them by lowering the price. It's all about supply and demand, you know? Next is location. Location, bro. That's what they say in real estate. Location is key, bro. It doesn't take a smart person to figure out an area with good schools, with very little crime, and a lot of like shopping and like hospitals is gonna be worth more than an area in the fucking ghetto with none of that shit I just mentioned. For each one of those things I listed, like the good schools, that can raise the price in an area. There's more benefits to an area that can make the price go up. But also, it's not just about what is in the area specifically, but let's just say there's a new factory being built in the area that's going to create a fuck ton of jobs. That location is going to be more desirable just because of all the new jobs coming in, meaning that the more people that are looking to buy is going to raise the amount of prices. Bro, low-key, all these just go down to supply and demand at the end of the day. Everything is kind of broken down to that. So the next factor I'll go into is like population change. So like I was saying, when there's an influx of jobs in an area, let's just say Silicon Valley, AI right now is popping, which is creating a fuck ton of jobs in the area because of all the tech companies in Silicon Valley. That area's real estate market's doing better, but this can also work in the opposite sense. I've used this example in other videos, bro. Detroit, bro. Detroit used to be the fucking shit back in what, like the 50s or something? When all the factories were back in America still. Every single car being built was in fucking Detroit. Detroit was like him. He was like getting all the bitches, like everything, bro. I'm glazing the fuck out of Detroit right now, my bad. But when the factories moved away, Detroit fucking tanked, bro. Now I get reels on my fucking Instagram of like, bro, just memes of Detroit. Like, so that's another example, bro. If there's a loss of economy in the area, that's going to drive the price down, obviously. So more people coming in generally means the prices will go up, and people going out generally means prices will go down. Simple as that. Next factor is housing supply. Let's just say there's a fuck ton of construction being built in the area. If there was originally, 30,000 homes in a city, but then another 10,000 are being built, the overall price of all the homes is going to go down just because of all these new homes being built. There's an influx of something. There's a higher supply, lower demand. Get me? Works the opposite way too. Next category, government policies. So this can mean tax incentives, subsidies, just any kind of perk that the government may offer, some entity, company, whatever may offer. I mean, a perfect example right now. Bro, a bunch of billionaires and rich people, rich fucks are just moving to Miami because there's such low taxes and there's like different subsidies they can get living there. You're seeing like a lot of billionaires now moving to Miami and just overall switching out of California. This also works at a different scale. Like certain areas might have good first-time buyer incentives like maybe a small city has a low demand for homes, so they want to incentivize people to buy, meaning you won't have to pay as much if you buy a home in our area. Or let's just say you live in an area with different kind of zoning laws, meaning you can't build in certain areas, or there's weird laws about building in certain areas, which may mean that there's a less supply of homes, meaning that the price goes up. Next category, psychology. Let's just say our setting is Miami. Miami's fucking hot right now. People are moving to Brickell. People are moving to South Beach. Bro, prices are going up. A lot of people have this mindset when it comes to investing. Same with crypto, same with stocks, same with any kind of investing. It all comes down to fear and greed. People get greedy in a sense that when they see something going up, a lot of times they'll be like, hey, this is going to go up forever. This is going to go on for a long time. This may not ever stop. And they become bandwagon fans in a sense. So in Miami, everyone's moving there. Somebody might buy a property just because it's so hot right now, you know? But like every example, there's a vice versa to this. Like, bro, if everyone's selling in the area, if everyone's leaving, bro, people are just going to start selling just because the market's down, bro. Simple as that, whether there's a justified reason or not. That's just how life works, bro. I think I've mentioned every main category. Let me know if y'all think I missed anything. Leave a comment down below, and peace.